Not with that accent, nigga. Where are you from originally?
I already told you. We talked yesterday. I told you I'm from Ethiopia.
Okay, there you go. Okay, there. I
Yeah, but I
forgot.
live in Atlanta right here.
Okay, there you go. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but say that. Say you live in Atlanta. You ain't
Yeah.
from Atlanta. You live in
Yeah, I
Atlanta.
live in Atlanta.
Not with that accent. There we go. But
I
you
live in
live in
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Yeah. So I
Yes,
have
sir.
some quick question for you though.
Go ahead.
You say like, as I heard every time, like you talk about FBA, which means like Foundational Black American, whatever.
Right. Not whatever. It's just our lineage, our ethnic group and our lineage. But go ahead.
That's that I call that whatever because there is African people, right? And there is like FBA. Y'all say we not the same, whatever, right?
We're from different ethnic groups. Yes, go ahead.
Okay. So now I'm gonna ask you a question. Those FBA that you're talking about, where they from?
From here. They're from here.
Hell
Then
no. You know that's not true.
then where are they from?
They're from Africa.
Everybody's from Africa, dude.
So now, where they from exactly in Africa then?
Everybody has come from Africa at one point. So
You
what are you talking about?
you didn't respond my question, bro. I
No,
asked you where
no,
exactly they
I am listen, I'm responding to you. Everybody
specifically,
everybody came from some part of Africa at one point.
bro. Specify where they from exactly, bro. That's my.
Why you it's been so long ago you can't specify where
So
people
why
are
I can
from in Africa.
specify where I'm from, like
Because
in
you're an
Ali.
immigrant. You're a continental African, sir. That's why. You just
And
got
you,
here.
but you are
I'm
African
not.
too. You
Who?
are.
I'm not a continental African. We're not. We haven't been in Africa for centuries.
Who? You come from Africa, bro. You come from Africa.
Everybody comes from Africa. I'm not a continental African.
Where specifically then?
What do you mean where specifically?
What you? How can you ask me a question? I'm asking you a question. Where you come from specifically? Those FBA that you're talking about,
I'm from here. We had an ethnogenesis, sir.
bro. You're not
You
from
have
here.
I am from here. Sir, why do they not call white Americans who's been here generationally? Why don't they call them British? Because that's where their ancestry is from. Why don't they call them British?
I'm talking about black people.
I'm talking about logic. Why don't they call white Americans British? And why don't they refer to themselves as that ever?
Who was the first one who was in in
Why
America?
don't they refer to white Americans as British
It was
ever?
it was Native American. That's why then British come and colonize them, right?
Okay. No, there were white people from Britain coming here in the 1600s, 1700s, 1800s, and some of their descendants are still here. They don't call themselves British. Why?
What you mean some of the descendants was there? It was only Native American here.
What are you talking about? You confusing yourself. The English, the British came over here. Virginia was a British colony. Jamestown was named after King James of Britain.
The British came here and they found who here?
That's not the point. You are acting dumb for a reason.
No,
The
that's the
descent,
point.
the
That's my
descent.
point.
No, no, no. The English came here. The British were here. Part of the what would become the United States was a British colony. Some white people today descended from those colonies. Why don't they refer to themselves as British?
You trying to deflect my
You nothing
you trying
because
to
they
deflect my question.
because
I
they
just
choose.
ask you the
No, 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 no.
FBA
I'm making it
that
make
you're talking
sense.
about, where they
I'm
come from.
um,
That's what I'm asking you.
Sir, everybody at one point came from Africa. They came from all over. They came.
So why
Everybody was in Africa, but we're not continental Africans,
so you
sir.
are African then? You are
No, we're
African
not.
American.
No, we're not.
Of course you do.
Then why are Fijians who came from Africa? Why are they not? Why are they not Fijian American African Fijians?
So let's say for
I
example,
just asked you a question. You're not going to keep changing the damn subject. The people from Fiji. I was over in Fiji. They told me thousands of years ago, I think probably hundreds of years ago, whatever, but they had their origin comes out of Africa. This is what they told me. They came from somewhere in East Africa years ago, centuries ago. but they're now Fijian. They're not referred to as African Fijian, even though they got afros and black skin and big lips and they could look like an African tribe. But why are they not referred to as African Fijians?
I don't know. That's maybe that you
Because
made.
it's called an ethnogenesis,
You
sir.
made that. You did you wrote a book, right?
Why are Jamaicans not called Afro Jamaicans?
Did you wrote a book? Yes or no?
I've written several books. Why
Okay.
Jamaicans not? Why are Jamaicans not
Why
called
did you
Afro
lie in that book?
Jamaicans?
You lie in that book then,
What
because
did I lie?
you said that there was black people here before, and the
Yes, there
FBA
were.
doesn't come from like Africa. No,
There were black people here.
that's a lie, bro. You made that. You made that
No,
in
I
your book.
didn't.
Yes,
Scientists prove. Are you saying the scientists are lying?
there is no scientist who said that. There is no proof of
Sir, they
evidence
got
that's true.
look up Luzia woman
There is no
down in
evidence that
Brazil,
is
the
true.
oldest, sir,
You made that in your book.
the oldest Aboriginal found here is a black woman they've called Luzia here
Where did
thousands
she
of
come
years.
from?
Thousands of years ago?
That woman
Who?
that you're talking about, where did she come from?
Luzia?
Yes.
I don't know where she came from.
Yeah, you see.
But she's been here she was here thousands of years ago. She's black. So what do you mean where she come
She
from?
probably from Africa too.
Okay. Is she an African American because she was in came from Africa 1,000 something years ago?
Why not? She from Africa.
Because you have an ethnogenesis, sir. You
Oh my.
people have ethnogenesis. We had an ethnogenesis. We're not continental Africans. We have a
Yeah.
whole different culture and a whole different ethnicity that's unique from yours. Even our DNA is unique now. When people have ethnogenesis,
Is that what
why
you're
do
trying
y'all
to
want
say?
to?
You are
Why
trying
do
to
why do?
delineate.
Well, let me. Why do y'all want us to be continental African so bad? We have African DNA. Yeah, I got African DNA. I'm not a continental African. Why do y'all want us to be continental African so bad?
No, we don't. We don't want.
You clearly do. Why?
No, I'm just trying to tell you that you from Africa too. Like trying to
Okay,
trying
then
to say that I'm
what
trying to
African
delineate on
what
whatever.
African okay what African nation is letting us come on in? How come no African nation is letting us walk on in with citizenship without us going through a whole red tape process?
Let's be honest here. Y'all got sold. That's the problem then. Y'all got
Okay,
sold.
okay, if we're African, where the African nations that's letting us in without all the red tape?
What you mean? Yeah, you can go to Africa whenever you want. All
I'm
African are
talking
open.
about as citizens to be welcome in as a citizen of any African nation.
That's the
Which
problem. You
nation?
you don't know where you come from then. How can you go to a random country and
I'm
trying to
from
be welcome?
here. I'm from
No,
here.
you from Africa, bro. You from
Everybody's from Africa.
exactly. So you saying you contradict yourself. You say I'm from here, and then you say I'm come from Africa. Where you
Yeah,
from?
everybody's from Africa at one point. That's redundant, but everybody's not considered continental Africans. That's why people have different ethnic groups all around the world. We do
That's why
too.
y'all trying to know
We're
where
the
y'all come
we're
from.
we're the only yeah, we do know where we come from. We're
No,
from here. We had an ethnogenesis, sir.
no, 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 no,
This
no,
is
no.
where we from.
Y'all don't
Sir,
come from here,
you
bro.
don't you the one you guys don't know your history. You just
What?
know, well, I'm from Ethiopia. You don't know your birthdays. You don't really know your history like that.
History.
You guys, the ones who don't have birth certificates, you don't know your history. Those tribes that been smacked around and pushed around all over
Oh
Africa,
my
they
god.
don't know their origins. You don't know your history. That's why you had to flee, sir. Those countries that been colonized and amalgamated
Man.
into other countries and remixed, you don't know your history over
You
there,
see,
and you try
that's
to
why you
project that
lose
onto
you
us.
lose that
We
debate
know
with
our
Myron.
so no
You lose the debate with Myron.
no. We know our history. That we don't know where we came from. No. Everybody came from Africa. We're from here, and we are deeply rooted in our culture and our history more so than any other group. We can trace our direct descendants back on paper going back to the 1600s easily. You can't do that, sir. And many of y'all over there can't do that. And y'all try to project this weird thing onto us, sir.
It is always the same argument you use. You
Because the
flee.
argument is
You
valid and
flee.
it's true.
That's why you lose the debate with Myron, bro.
You,
You lose the debate with Myron. Be honest, bro.
And lying, and now you're doing the lying tether
You
routine.
you
Oh,
don't you
oh,
why you
you're
don't
doing,
wanna
sir.
why you
You're
don't want
doing the not on anybody on this planet. You heard that debate. There's no part of that where Myron won. Myron has even admitted that he lost. So you coming in being a lying tether, that's how you lose the argument because now you're arguing in bad faith.
the only thing that you was
Everybody
doing.
in their mama saw that I washed Myron and everybody else on that call. You lying about it doesn't change it. And you lying about your history, now you're going into lying tether business. And this is why you're not taken seriously. And this is why your homelands fail because you don't deal with reality. That's why you're over here in FBA land. You're over in Atlanta where FBA's made it poppin'. That's why you're there. The foundational Black Americans made it a safe zone for you to come and be musty and drive Uber, sir.
That's why Hispanic is taking over y'all. That's why mass immigration is taking over y'all.
And that's why you've already been taken over economically. The white supremacists have squandered all your little resources and you had to flee. At least we ain't fleeing. Okay?
That's why the
Like
only
you.
thing y'all do is to complain here.
And the only
Hispanic
thing you
is
do, and
making
the
money
only
more
thing
than
you,
y'all, is shitting over
and
y'all.
you, so, and Udatunde, the only thing you do is drink camel milk and flee. All right? With your stomach full of camel milk. All right?
I'm a US
Must,
citizen, bro.
yeah, but you're a tether. You're an anchor. Well, you're not even an anchor, baby. You're a U.S. citizen based on us helping your ass. If it were
Who say something else?
if it weren't for us, you wouldn't be a U.S. citizen.
Who say the opposite?
We were the ones making that happen with your little musty self. We foundational Black Americans, the 14th, 13th Amendment to give you citizenship, that was a grassroots movement from foundational Black Americans with your little disrespectful ass. And we can't go to where you are because you ain't got nothing popping. All right. And by the way, over there in your homeland, it was foundational Black Americans over there helping to get the Italians off your ass when they were trying to annex your country over there. We had a grassroots movement over here to go fight in Ethiopia to stop the European powers from taking you over. We had our brothers John Robinson who learned how to fly planes, who went over there and taught the Ethiopians how to fly damn planes and get their minds right to fight these white supremacists. And then we get your little musty, hungry fly riddle ass talking disrespectful to us. And then you wonder why we don't want to claim your ass?
Y'all didn't make shit for yourself, bro. Everything here
Yes
is
we
made
have.
by white people. White people made y'all.
No no
Y'all
no
didn't make
no no
shit
no
for
no no
yourself.
no no no
That's
no
why
no
y'all
no no no
complain
no
every
no 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 no, sir. White people didn't give us nothing. Everything we get out the mud. You the one who get a little DACA money. You the one who come over here and got to get handouts. We don't get nothing. Everything foundational Black Americans get, we get it out the mud, sir. You had to come over here and take that big waterhead down to the food stamp office and get you a little EBT card and get you some little DACA money so that you can eat and get some of that injera out of your damn system and some of that bushmeat out your damn kidneys. You understand?
y'all. The only
You
thing
the
y'all
one.
can do is violence. Y'all lazy
The
pieces. Y'all
violence,
lazy so much. That's why
violence,
Hispanic is taking over your
violence, sir. Have you seen your little war torn country? The stuff that y'all doing over there, the little tribal wars, violence. Really? Did you go there? Violence? We ain't doing that. We ain't having all out war against different tribes like you guys, sir. Violence? Really? You and that little waterhead running around with a machine gun and flip flops in your homeland, and you got the nerve to talk about violence? There's a reason you left, sir.
That's why immigrant doing better than y'all. And
No,
we gonna
not
keep doing
not
better
in
than y'all.
not
Hispanic
in
gonna
your
keep doing better than y'all.
not
Asian.
in. Okay, calm down. Okay, stop trying to sound tough before you get a little asthma attack. All right, okay, let's stop trying to sound tough. You're not tough in any sense of the word, sir. You're trying to get your little voice raised up, sir. The worst thing you can do is sound like a strong lesbian. You don't sound like no G. You don't sound like no gangster. You sound like a hostile bulldagger trying to raise your little old flimsy ass voice. All right. Now you stop trying to be tough. The Alchemist, any last words? Because I don't want to hear all your tether babble. Go ahead. Well, let me get my brother. You know what? I got
You
my
are so
brother
lazy, man. You are lame.
lazy. No, no,
So,
You are lame, bro.
no.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Lazy is sitting around
Go
here on
debate
dirt.
Myron again. You're gonna cook you. You're gonna
Lazy,
cook your ass, bro. I promise.
lazy.
You're
No,
gonna
no, no,
cook
no.
your ass.
Lazy is no. Lazy is being in your homeland, running around on a dirt road, um, high on cat. Okay, brother Mikhail, hop in, sir.
greetings, great one. How
My
are
brother,
you, brother?
how are you, sir? Good to hear. I haven't heard from you in a minute, brother. How are you?
Oh, just living the dream and winning. And where did that hunter gatherer run to?
Yeah, he was babbling. You know, now you've over there. You've seen how they
Yeah,
get
of
at.
course, of course. Look, first of all, I don't believe he's from Ethiopia. Let's start there.
Mm,
There's nothing. There's nothing about his cadence, his nuance, or how he even processes that reflects the people that I know from Ethiopia.
mm,
Se- Secondly, look, instead of focusing on what the great, astounding, captivating Black Americans have done, he should be focusing on the tribal wars, the
mm.
revenge wars, tribalnomics.
Yeah,
You understand? Tribalism. He should focus on how he can leverage essentially what's become the useless class and develop their strengths in the areas of technology,
yeah.
farming, agriculture. These people, they place too much energy in the wrong places when they should be really focused on getting their shit together, period. You understand?
Yes, sir.
So, so I'll land with that, brother. But that was very amusing listening to, this hunter gatherer talk to a great king
Yeah,
and talk down on a great lineage. I'll land with that there, brother. Love
man. I
you.
pray. Thank you. Love you too, brother. That's our good brother Mikhail. Phenomenal brother, man. That's my LA brother out there doing great things in Africa. Sir Major in the building. What's up, Sir Major?
What's going on, family? Listen, Tariq. It's evident that after Elon Musk purchased this app, we've seen a spike in anti-black racism it really go through the roof, and folks like Myron Gaines, who sit on the app religiously calling black people the N word. Speaking of calling people the N word, you have a woman in
Yeah.
the space named Lolita.
Oh yeah.
Lolita, you know who she is, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So it's crazy that they love to surround and call us that, but then they love to sit in our spaces as well. What do you think about creating an ADL for Black Americans? Um, that when you violate us, we tax your pockets. We
Yeah.
specifically go after those who got something to lose. What are your thoughts?
Yeah. Yeah. We should have been doing something like that. That's what the NAACP was supposed to be, but we know that they are. They've co-opted by the dominant society. I won't even say co-opted. They were really set up by the dominant white society. So we absolutely need something like that. Um, and we have to fund it with grassroots money, though. That's the thing, because what happens is we start setting up these things, and then don't nobody want to fund it. We get the initial capital going on, but it has to be funded consistently. And then what happens is it starts drying up, and then you got to go get them white dollars. And then when you go for the white dollars, they're gonna be like, "Well, hell, you know what? All lives matter, buddy. We just can't be stomping just for the blacks now." You see, that's why when we see certain institutions, man, we gotta and we see that they're doing good things. We got to make sure that they got the right resources. Now, I get it, black people. There's a lot of folks who try to set up stuff and they don't have a track record. You don't know who they are. And they're like, hey, I want to get this going on. And you don't know what their get down is. If you see people who are consistently doing great things and phenomenal things in the community, you make sure that they have the resources that they need to have. Because we need that when it comes time to produce justice. When something happens to one of us, we have to have one of our organizations or one of our entities step on in and say, hey, we're going to use some of these resources to get some of the right lawyers we need to get. We're going to use some of these resources to organize large-scale rallies to target some of these entities who harm us. See, this is why, man, we got to get the resources together. We got to be on code with the resources, man.